Hello, welcome back to Mo's Minute. So we are back here at the Cypress Lawn Columbarium, which most of you probably remember from that really dark and stormy day. However, today it is not dark and stormy. And we are here at the grave of Emily Verm. Now, Emily Verm was a survivor of the Titanic. She was born in Germany, and she was born in 1891, I think. 1882. Right, I was close. And so she was born in Germany, like I said, and she became a maid to a wealthy German family. But she didn't want to stay in Germany, so she saved all of her money that she made from working for this family to book passage on the Titanic. I don't know what class she was in. I can find out very quickly, but I feel like she was probably in second class. She would have been saving up for years to afford a first class ticket, and she got on the lifeboat easily enough for it to have not been third class. So I'm going to guess that she was probably a second class passenger. So she later, obviously she survived, or she wouldn't have died in 1971. But she later told relatives that she knew the ship was in trouble because she walked out of her room and there was water. And one of the Titanic pursers told her, "Oh, go back to your stateroom and we'll tell you when we know anything more." And she was kind of like, "Yeah, I'm not going to do that." So she went up to the boat deck, which probably saved her life because then someone blew a whistle and she was traveling by herself. So she was like, "Okay, I'll get in a lifeboat." And good thing she did. So she came over to America then, 1912, and she went to Missouri. And then in 1913, she decided to go back to Germany. And when she was back in Germany the second time, she met her husband, who was an international consultant, and his name was Weimer Verm. And Weimer and Emily Verm came back to America later on, and they raised their family here. So she died in San Francisco in 1971, and she's buried here. But she was a survivor of one of the worst tragedies in American history, the Titanic. And we are glad that she felt comfortable enough to give a testimony while she was alive. So, everyone knows about the Titanic. It's been the subject of numerous movies and numerous books and everything. But it sank on April 15th, 1912, and 1,500 people died. And one of the reasons why that many people died, there's two major reasons. The first is that the ship did not have enough lifeboats for everyone who was on board. They only had enough lifeboats for about half. The second is that they were sending those lifeboats away only half full. Emily's lifeboat had 20 other people in it. So probably 40 more people could have been saved out in that lifeboat alone had they sent them away with the amount of people they were equipped to handle. But they did not. So I'm sure she considered herself very lucky to have been one of the relatively few people to have gotten onto a lifeboat. Of course, the Titanic will never be anything but tragic. And so rest in peace to the 1,500 people who died that day, and rest in peace to Emily. And it's a good thing that she ignored the Titanic purser and made it on that lifeboat. So thanks again for tuning in, and come back soon for another riveting episode of Mo's Minute.